Today on The Young and the Restless, Jack and Billy argue, Tucker reveals the next part of his plan, and Adam pours his heart out to Sally. In Tucker's suite, he tells Phyllis that $1 million has been deposited into her account and the rest will be deposited after the task is completed. Phyllis argues he is paying her $2.2 million, so half would be $100,000 more. Tucker forks it over and cackles about honor among thieves. Phyllis asks if he's planning on stealing from Billy. Tucker says, "Nah, nothing so crass." Phyllis sits down at the computer. After working for a bit, Phyllis thinks she should go to a public place to hide their location. Tucker won't let her out of his sight. Phyllis can't afford not to hold up her end of the deal. Tucker warns her to be sure she doesn't leave some kind of back door open, so Billy could trace it back to them. Phyllis assures him no one will ever know that anyone had access to his accounts. Tucker warns her his plan is more complicated than that. She won't be hacking only into Billy's accounts. Phyllis complains that she only agreed to hack into Billy's accounts. Tucker can't just change the terms of their agreement. Tucker tells her it's too late now, unless she'd like to give back the $1 million. Phyllis marvels, "This is so dirty." Tucker thinks she should have seen it coming, unless she had her own plan to take his money and then stiff him. Phyllis asks what he wants her to do. Tucker wants her to hack into Jabot's checking account and make a sizable transfer out of it. Phyllis guesses, into Billy's account. "You're going to make it look like Billy is stealing from his family's company." Tucker nods, and then the fun begins. At the Abbott house, Billy crabs about Jack not trusting him and the expectation that he'll fall to pieces and Jack will have to clean up the mess. Jack thinks this is about him being tempted by Ashley and Tucker's offer for him to head up the company. He felt cheated when that was taken away and that's why he's angry. Billy asks him to get to the point. Jack replies, "I don't think this is working, Billy." Jack complains about Billy going Devin behind his back. Billy argues he only gave him a friendly warning. Jack hollers that he told him he didn't want to involve Devin that way and the next time he saw him, he was doing just that. Billy yells that he's the co-CEO, yet Jack is so quick to cut him off because he doesn't take his word as law. It's guaranteed that Tucker McCall is coming after Jabot and warns his brother that he needs to be careful about alienating his one ally, especially when he has the information to stop Tucker in his tracks. Jack muses, "Wow, that was some little nugget you dropped." Billy notes he was just about to fire him for trust issues. He decides that Jack is right and he should move on from Jabot. Jack calls him petty and tells Billy he has an obligation to tell him what he knows about Tucker. Billy guesses that would be the good choice for Jack for Jabot. He thinks it's in his best interests, however, to leverage it to keep his job. Adam arrives at the GCHC and walks up to the bar. He spots Sally at a table and approaches. She's working on her business plan and he asks how it's coming along. She feels pretty good about it. Adam offers a fresh set of eyes. She'll keep that in mind. Adam apologizes for last night. Sally reminds him they weren't going to talk about it. Adam is sorry for putting her in an awkward position, but he would be lying if he said he's sorry he kissed her. "I can't stop thinking about it." Sally is glad they were able to hang out last night but doesn't want to make it more than it was. Adam's just being honest. Sally doesn't want to hear all the reasons he thinks they should be together. Adam argues that he wants to be different. "This is me, walking the walk, or at least trying to." He can't pretend it didn't affect him. Adam claims he's determined to live in a more authentic way, despite people laughing or dismissing him. "I loved kissing you again and how it felt. It reminded me how good we are together. For a moment there, I thought you might have been reminded as well." Sally chastises Adam for making assumptions about her feelings. It doesn't matter whether or not she was reminded of how things used to be. "I am with Nick. I have moved on, I am starting a business. He is starting over from the bottom, and it's not going to be easy. Neither of us has time for this mess." Adam muses that she's not saying she doesn't want this mess, only that it doesn't fit into her life. Sally sighs, "You're doing it again, you're reading into things." Adam tells her she's right. Sally thinks he's indulging in wishful thinking. Adam reminds Sally there was a whole future laid out for them with their daughter. She was taken away from them, but the feelings are still swirling around in there. Sally gets that. Adam says he keeps holding onto a thread of hope, and he can't let go. Sally asks what it is that he wants. "Do you even know?" Adam replies, "Of course I know." He wants her to wake up one day and come to him to say she loves Nick, but she's still in love with him. Sally doesn't know what to say to that. She wonders what he's basing his hopes on. Do you think I have this secret longing? Adam reminds her of how they fell for each other. Sally's not denying that they had good times or that they loved each other, but things have changed. Adam argues that they experienced a loss together then changed them. Through all of it, it's felt destined, Sally sighs. Adam apologizes for saying too much. Sally tells him she can't keep doing this. This might be his truth, but hers is that his truth is just way too much for her. Adam doesn't want her to feel pressured. That wasn't his intention. He's just glad they can talk again. With that, he walks out, pausing to look at her from the door. At the Abbott house, Jack tells Billy that he's not fired and suggests they listen to each other instead of just reacting. He can't be worried about him going behind his back. Billy will be more considerate and less reactive. Jack cites the importance of honesty. Billy doesn't think he'll ever see him as an equal partner. Jack always has to be in charge and he always has one hand on the kill switch, expecting him to fail. Jack hollers, "No. Always hoping you will get out of your own damn way." Billy holds out his hand as if Jack is proving him right. In Tucker's suite, Phyllis is distraught. The only reason she's doing this is because she has to pay back the insurance company. Why does he want to screw Billy over? She's trying to be a better person. She promised her kids. Tucker muses that Billy has dipped his hand into the candy jar before. It's not a stretch. Phyllis can't understand why he has a problem with Billy. Tucker doesn't have a problem with Billy personally. I like him. He just happens to be in position to help me with my objective. Phyllis complains he's not sharing what that is with her. Tucker says exactly and asks her to get back to work. Phyllis says, "No, I'm not doing it." Tucker wonders if Phyllis actually believed that he just wanted to take a peek at Billy's bank account. She showed up with her shiny, untraceable laptop just the same. Phyllis argues that Billy hasn't done anything to deserve this. Tucker asks, "When has anyone ever made your life easy? What do you care if Billy gets blamed for something that's totally in character for him?" Phyllis says he's worked so hard to change. Tucker has heard that he's still the same old Billy. If he was backed into a corner like she is right now, would he hesitate to throw her under the bus? Tucker appreciates her desire to improve herself, but doesn't want her doing it on his time. Phyllis doesn't budge. Tucker sighs, "Do you really want to piss me off at this point?" Phyllis goes back to the laptop with Tucker breathing, quite literally, down her neck. He chuckles, "Wow, you and Billy and Jack, huh? What a mess you got into there." He titters about how she managed the Abbott brothers so well and questions if she ever found a way to smooth things over with Jack. Phyllis tells him, "Oh crap, I hit a firewall. I can't get around it." Tucker looks at her, "Or you're stalling." At the Abbott house, Jack concedes he's been frustrated lately and worried about Billy, but he's been honest about it. Billy says it would be nice not to be viewed as disposable. Jack has always wanted him to shine and has given him every opportunity. Billy sneers that it sounds like he's doing him a favor. Jack reminds them of what they've done together. Tucker is coming after them and he claims to have information that will stop him. "I'm asking for your help." Billy says he doesn't have the information, Adam does. He claims he has damaging information on McCall and will share it for a price. Billy tells Jack if he's serious about working together to protect the company, "I think you should be the one to negotiate with Adam." Jack reflects that Adam came to see him as a father figure. Billy can understand that give the father he was saddled with. Jack saw the damage that relationship did to Adam. Billy tells Jack he really does have a big heart, but it's annoying in situations like this. Jack has a good relationship with Adam, but doesn't completely trust him. He wants to work with Billy to protect the company. Billy says, "This is our best shot." Adam wouldn't sell them information that he doesn't have. Jack hopes it's as valuable as he claims. Billy holds out his hand and Jack shakes it. In Tucker's suite, he hollers at Phyllis for not being able to handle a simple task like hacking into an account. "This is a bad time to develop a conscience, Phyllis." Phyllis asks him to relax. Tucker yells about a refund and Phyllis tells him she'll try again. The laptop beeps and she says, "There, it's done." Tucker sits down and muses. Billy is doing well for himself, although I did expect to see a few more zeros. He then says, "Okay, on to Jebut," and gestures for Phyllis to return to the laptop. Billy walks into the GCHC and spies Phyllis coming downstairs from Tucker's suite. Their eyes lock. Billy asks her how her venture is going with Nick and Sharon. She says it's up in the air. Billy's confident she'll land on her feet. You're nothing if not resourceful. As he's saying this, Tucker comes down the stairs behind her. Phyllis looks at McCall and walks out. Sally returns to her suite to find red roses and a card. She sighs, but the card reveals they're from Nick and not Adam. She groans, "Oh, Mick, hurry," then flashes to kissing Adam. At the jazz lounge bar, Adam takes a call from Jack and isn't surprised. He guesses Billy called in the big guns. Jack asks if they can meet. Adam says, "Sure, Jack, let's meet and see if we can come up with a mutually beneficial agreement."